Hey, what's going on? It's my name's Chopper. So today I have some really interesting information about DLC 2 for Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now, what you guys actually seeing right now is some shots from Nan Modal in Pohnpei Micronesia. And what this is actually where the next DLC map is supposed to take place. Now, why do we know this? We know this that in Shadows of Evil, you have the paper scraps, and there are certain coordinates in a corner that take you to this location. And there are many references and many ciphers in Der Eisendrache that suggest that this is going to be our next DLC map. So I want to talk about the history behind Nan Modal. So Nan Modal, when it's actually translated, means spaces between, and this is probably referring to the canals that go in between these little weird structures here. If you guys aren't really paying attention too much, this place, we're going to get into the structure in a little bit. That's kind of where the beef of this video is, but the structure is very strange, and the crisscross is probably referring to the water in between that. And this whole entire structure, this whole entire civilization is actually built over a coral reef, and for what reason, we don't exactly know why. That is still a mystery to us. And what's really cool and really interesting, I think, about this place is that this actually inspired H.P. Lovecraft's writings, where he wrote the Cthulhu mythos. And this apparently, in his books, is supposed to be where Cthulhu sleeps or where he rests. And what's strange is that there is no record, there's no evidence of how this was created and why it was created really, and how it actually really came to be. All we know is that it was supposed to house and protect some sort of dynasty in the past, but there has been no language left behind. There's been no pieces of evidence. The only real evidence we have is the structure itself, and this is a very interesting structure. Like I said, it's built over a coral reef, which is really cool if you think about it. Back then, if they're building over a coral reef without, like, you know, our modern technology, that's quite impressive. But we have no record of how it was built, so we wouldn't actually know how they did it, which is very strange because it obviously is quite old. Regardless, this is where Cthulhu rests, and this is where he is, and maybe we have to awaken him. Now, some people claim that Nan Modal was actually built by aliens, and what I was thinking, as soon as I heard aliens, I thought of the Vril Ya race again. What if they bring back the Vril into a more into the limelight this time, more into the forefront? Because they've always kind of been hanging back in the Black Ops Zombies storyline. They've been there, but we haven't seen like a direct reference to them. Maybe we'll actually see some Vril or have a better reference to them in this map. Who knows? I feel like this map is going to be absolutely crazy. Now, what I think is interesting about the physical structure of this place, not just like how the weird stone structures were built, but I think it's very cool that there's a lot of water. And why do I say that? I think because Black Ops Zombies is trying to include a new mechanic into every single map, and of course in Black Ops 3 we have the new swimming mechanic. So I think that we might have some underwater gunfights or underwater mechanics in this new Zombies map. That's entirely speculation, but I think it's very possible. So of course we need to be thinking about the wonder weapon for this map and what it could be. So I'm pretty sure I know what it is. I'm like 95% sure that this is what it's going to be. So you guys know, maybe if you didn't know, this next map is supposed to be centered around Takeo. We've seen a lot of references and things, especially the Emperor's letter in Der Eisendrache to the Emperor, well, from Takeo to the Emperor. That could be an entire video on its own, so I won't go into that. But basically, this next map is supposed to be about Takeo, and you guys know how Takeos Katana was shown off in the cutscene in Origins and also in the Giant, and we never got to use it. We never actually got to play with it in game, and people are like, well, why don't we ever get to use this? Why are we never getting to use Takeos Katana? Well, like I said, I'm pretty sure that the wonder weapons, kind of like the bow in Der Eisendrache, we're all going to get katanas. And to further back up my theory about this, Treyarch uses mechanics that they already have implemented into the game. Like for Der Eisendrache, since we have the bow and arrow, they use the Sparrow kind of bow and arrow mechanic. You see what I'm getting at? And they just added the Fury song, right? It's a sword, makes sense, has the same mechanics, has the same sound, looks and feels awesome. They could just throw that in the map and reskin it a little bit, make it look like a katana, maybe keep the same sound or whatever, and that could be the wonder weapon, man. It could be upgraded and whatnot. I don't know, man. That's what I was thinking about, and like I said, pretty sure it's pretty much already confirmed that this is going to be the next location for the DLC 2 Zombies map. So if you guys have any other information about any other leaks about this next map or any speculation, anything you want to say, leave it in the comment section down below. I will read all of them and I'll get back to all of them. So thank you all for watching the video. Make sure you do leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you aren't already. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.